Talk about Mondi. It is dual listed rather. It's on the JSE and the London Stock Exchange. It manufactures pulp, paper, corrugated packaging, industrial bags and coatings.
Market cap, let me take this slowly. You've got to add the MNDs, which have a market cap of about 42 billion rand, to the MNPs, which are the London listed piece, which have got a market cap of about 130 billion rand. It gets you to 172 total, so much bigger than SAPI. And the share price chart we'll look at in a minute has really, really been good.
But the price to earnings ratio here is at 18.1, a dividend yield of 2.3%. It's jumped straight into that share price graph, and there we go. That is has done particularly well.
Including a nice move in 2017.
Yeah, that's right. I think if you go back, this obviously came out of Anglo-American in the 2000, I think just prior to the global financial crisis, and their balance sheet, following that was in far better shape than what the likes of some of their competitors were in, as we've just discussed. That allowed them, I suppose, to innovate and transform their business a hell of a lot quicker, I think, than some of their competitors. And we've seen this come through over the past 5 or so years.
But this has been the solid play in the sector, the paper and packaging sector.
They haven't had the debt issues. And if you look, I was just reading a week or two ago, you talk about Amazon and the corrugated boxes. They've got a plant next to an Amazon warehouse in Poland, and over the past year they've seen business double, or the number of boxes supplied to Amazon just to that warehouse.
So a strategic location.
They've got fantastic locations in low cost areas. Specifically, if you look at where their forests sit, then their mills, and then where their consumer. So they're vertically integrated in fairly low cost areas close to the consumer. And this gives them one hell of an advantage.
Also changes at the top in terms of the CEO.
Yes, although Dave Hathorn did a tremendous job over many years building up this business from a South African base, but mainly buying assets in Poland and in Russia and in the Czech Republic. So unloved, old smokestack looking places and forests linked to them that nobody really wanted, like Russia. Who would go and buy a paper mill, some old smoky looking thing somewhere in the rural areas of Russia? But turned out to be an inspired move, often
excellent capital allocation decision.
So, going from strength to strength, building up from a fairly small base to becoming really the preferred player in the industry at a pretty sizable company now.
Can the momentum continue on Mondi? Because it's one thing to have gotten in at lower levels and held all the way up, but we've now got to say, is this one for the bottom drawer? In 10 years' time, will you be very happy to have made a play?
Yeah, look, in 10 years' time, I'd be willing to, bet that it's going to be worth substantially more than what it is today. In the short term, it has, as you said, it's performed exceptionally well. So, it might be time for it to take a breather. But, I don't think, this is most definitely the best quality packaging business that is available to South African investors. And on a PE of 18, given, their track record, if you're going to look for growth, I suppose this would probably be the company that I would look at. And so on a P of 18, maybe it's not too richly priced.
Well, as I said earlier, we have examined this repeatedly. It's a pity we didn't pull into it.
We've been hot on it for a while, but we haven't actually owned it, which I guess is disappointing. But yes, I think they can continue to do well, because this is not a sexy industry where there's been a lot of inflow, a lot of capital spending. So I don't think they're going to have a problem like has had in the past with oversupply.
And that paperless office is some way off. In fact, I don't think
because about a quarter of the business is craft paper bags. So that's like the bags that cement gets sold in, or like, potatoes get sold in. Then another quarter or thereabouts is this corrugated Amazon box type waffle board between two other boards. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. I hope our audience knows what you're talking about.
The other quarter is like, or 20% is A4 paper, which they're a big, which is non-coated wood-free paper. Well, anyway, wooded, whatever, that stuff. A4, which continues to be very good.
Andrew.
And then the rest is specialist things like dog food bags and all sorts of things. I think they can continue to do well. And the new CEO, Peter Oswald, an Austrian, been with the business a long time. Yeah, let's call it hot.
And Andrew King, the CFO, also been with the business for a long time. Are you going hot?
Hot, yep,
hot?
I reckon it's hot.
And Andrew, hot
I would
or
agree.
Yeah, you're going hot on this one?
Yeah, I'd say hot.
Oh, it's